So let's talk rotations before we start.
Yeah.
Why is rotating and what is rotations? Like, what is the concept? Explain it, like the concept to me.
Well, if you ask about me, it's when you hold air roll, that's sort of a rotation.
I mean, that's solid advice there for platinum players.
For platinum players. hey, we're all plats at heart. Well, rotations, from my understanding, is basically, being in a position where you're able to help your team without overlapping coverage, right?
Okay.
And,
well, that's more positioning than rotation, right?
Yeah, I guess. With rotations itself is, you hit the ball, unless you have a good follow-up, you get out and let the next person go.
And then what do you do?
Go and get the big boost in the corner. Well, you pick up boost and make sure you're in like the best position to be, the follow-up to the next guy, right?
Well, yeah, we're talking threes rotation specifically, right?
Yeah.
So the last
well,
guy.
you go to the mid, right? So that way, if they boom it out, like if you're in their end, you're able to catch it and push it back in, and if you're in your end, you go to the back post.
Okay, so let's basically do it this way, okay? We're going to throw a scenario at you, and we're going to talk about each person and their job.
Okay.
The first guy, so let's say they're bringing the ball up the field, and you have a first person on ball, right? What is their job?
The first guy is to try and get the ball to a place where the person that's second is, of course, able to hit it or take a 50 to allow for the next person in line to continue pushing the ball in.
So if they're dribbling up the field, the first person's job is to force a 50?
Force the 50, or, of course, just dump it into their end towards the net if possible.
Okay. What's the second person's job?
Second person's job is, if there is a 50, to be the one that's able to basically try and catch or throw it back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the last person's job?
In case they're like the 50 just goes terribly and the ball gets hit over their head, to basically be the one to back that up and make sure it just doesn't end up just flipping into a goal on for the other team.
Okay. So I think you're partially right, personally, about a lot of those concepts. I think the first person's only job is to force a decision. They don't have to actually make a 50 happen. They don't really have to accomplish anything. Their job basically is to make it so the second person has a free ball.
Okay.
And then they rotate out and they're last man back, and then you basically have the same situation. Now you have the second man with a free ball if he can get one, or it's going to be a 50 and it's just going to keep resetting until one of your men get a free ball. But once he gets a free ball, then that last man will move up and it'll be like an actual offensive play. But as far as just the general concept, your job is to just run at that ball as fast as possible, assuming your teammates are in position, to not put your teammates in an awkward position and give them a better chance to make a play happen.
Okay.
So we'll think about that one. But also, I do want to have this disclaimer about rotations in general. Why are rotations important?
Because without them, you'd never be able to go onto the ball because the first person would never leave it. I guess. Yeah.
But why is that? Why is that a problem?
Because you can't you can't do anything with the ball if you don't have any boost or any momentum.
Okay. And you know how basically I think there's this construct of proper rotations and the right thing to do at any given time. And the way that I understand that concept is it doesn't matter how you rotate. It doesn't matter who goes for the ball. What's the important thing is both of your teammates know what's happening. So they created this construct so that without communication, it's just generally accepted this is what you do. But whenever it comes to playing in a solo queue game, you have to adapt to the way your teammates rotate instead of just saying they shouldn't be there and go for it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry. So we'll go on to the game now. I just want to talk about the rotations. All right, we're looking to see where this guy is. I like it.
Dusted him right off the kickoff.
Your camera angle's confusing me.
I copied Squishy.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, so you see that teammate.
Yeah.
You just saw your other teammate, and you're here. Where do you think your other teammate is currently?
Probably just like barely off to the right. Probably like close to the wall.
What you're saying is he's over here somewhere.
Yeah, he's just like slightly off to the right of where I can see.
Okay, so if you were that person, let's actually just go look at him. Okay, so this is about where you thought he was, right?
Yeah.
All right, now you're in this situation and you're this person. What do you do?
I go on the ball.
You go straight for the ball, or you go up on the wall, or what do you do?
I mean, based off of where my two dumb teammates are, I go towards the wall just because they've got the middle covered.
All right, yeah. So you just saw.
Yeah. I cut him off.
Your dumb teammate hit this ball middle. Now, what should that person be doing from your perspective? From this person's perspective?
They should be rotating back.
Right, grabbing that side boost and coming behind them so they can make a play on this ball. So you got super lucky that I don't know, somehow I guess he just knew you were going to do it, or he's just bad or something, because if that was me or anybody, I guess even in remotely low to mid champion, they should be on that ball. But he played it really well, so you got lucky. But either way, you understand the concept of cutting him off, because that would have been a much better ball for him, whereas you would have been in a better position to take your time, get boosts, reset the rotation, instead of trying to force something to happen. And then, even so, what's the best case scenario here? Like, what happens? You beat this one guy, hit the ball middle, and the other guy gets it and bangs it downfield?
Yeah.
Like it's not like you cut rotation to make a high, high risk, high reward play. It's just high risk, medium reward for no reason.
Yeah.
And he just did the exact same thing.
Yep.
Like, there's absolutely no reason from his standpoint that he leaves the middle of the field, because chances are there's a 50 coming out of this scrum and he just scores. And if not, then it's your job to get on this ball and force that, you know? Yeah, he did literally the exact same thing. That's kind of funny. Now you're in a really awkward position to try to save a goal. And awkwardly save the goal. Man, this is... But either way, like that, they easily could have scored that ball. But I mean, obviously, people are not terrible at this level, so it's not that big of a deal. I really like that decision. I was too busy watching your other guy slowly drive by you. I didn't pay attention to what you were doing. What level is this?
Champ 1.
Ugh.
Champ 1.
Nice half flip.
Thank you.
Man's been practicing.
Only took me about 4 months to get good at him.
All right, this is good, but I want to talk about why it's good. I've explained the concept about, like, you know, your offensive positioning to you, right? Where you have the one in the corner, one behind them, one in the middle. So you hard committed to one of those roles and let your teammate like figure out easily which one's his. Like, a lot of people right here will hover around the center of the field or like closer to the goal just to like play both positions instead of, you know, hard committing. And then if you get the ball, it's yours. If you don't, it's not. Then you can cover that. I like it. Oh, flip reset.
Don't worry, they didn't get a goal here.
What the fuck just happened? Champ 1, huh?
Champ 1.
Okay.
The most impressive part is that the other team doesn't score after we triple commit.
The most impressive part is that people just don't go back. Like, okay, so let's talk about what you just did that's good and why this guy does something terribly. Like, it's not the fact that he's it's not you. It's not the fact that he's staying up here. It's the fact that he sort of flipped towards the middle of the field without seeing where his other teammate is. So I think the other teammate's positioning exactly where I told you shouldn't be positioning. and both of them decided that that's their ball. I would say, if anything, had he known Grumbliak was in that second position where you went last time, then what CPAS does here is actually not a bad play, because he went to the middle and then he went for the ball. It's his, but Grumbliak didn't recognize it, and he didn't even look to see. AC just turned itself on. That's weird. I'm gonna turn that off real quick. Oh wait, that's not you. Imposter.
The wrong car altogether.
I don't know why you're not playing the Fennec. Oh my god, all three of this is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. Not only did you guys triple commit to the ball, all three of you went to that corner boost, and they both went following knowing you had it. Holy shit, that is a thing of actually legends. I was getting ready to yell at you because I knew you were going to go for that ball at 12 boost, but that was a really smart play. What is Grumbliak doing?
Yeah, this game felt way better playing it than watching it.
What does he think is gonna happen up there? So, here's what I think in this situation. This comes up a lot. After this ball floats middle, and I don't know if you were really paying attention to where the other two guys are.
Yeah.
But
I
give it up, because there's no way that they're going to beat your teammates to this. And I would personally move upfield and try to look for a pressure play. Also, rotating back to the goal is fine if you think like they're just an aggressive position or you don't trust your teammates or whatever. But I think that no matter what I don't know what you're going to do with this ball, but I think no matter what you do, it's going to be worse than what CPAS could have done. Yep. Wasn't a bad attempt. Of course he's going to go for a solo play. Why wouldn't he? Good speed. Good 50. I like the boost grabs.
Found that those are the easiest because you can just kind of drive right down the middle.
Yep. Oh, that was good. Yeah, I think that's a solid play. I'm not a huge fan of dribbles in threes very often, but there's certain times where it's like, it's a high percentage. This is not really rotations, but what do you think's gonna happen here? Do you think you're gonna beat him to this ball? Do you think he's not gonna go for it?
I thought he wasn't gonna go for it just based off of what he had done previously, but
okay, let's say that's true. I mean, this is Grumbliak we're talking about. But let's say he doesn't go for it, and
I know why I did this. I thought Alex was pushing up, and I just didn't want to sit in net with 0 boost if he took a shot. I realize now he's way farther back.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So let's just talk this situation through from now you see what's going on perspective. So my question is, if you sit here and don't move and Grumbliak doesn't go for it, do you have time to get to the ball, or does he have time to get to the ball before they do?
I think he does.
So what decision
he definitely does.
could you make to be more helpful here?
I could be, basically wait on the back post with, I can pick picked up some amount of boost.
Well, you should know that your teammate's behind you at this point, right? Yeah, you just saw him fly by you. You assume he's going to come behind you. So let's talk about the situations before, right? There's first man, second man, third man. So if his job is to just attack the ball at all cost, your job is to do what?
Be ready for whatever decision they end up making.
Right. So you're basically, your job is to basically cover whatever happens, and he's supposed to put you in a position where you can. So the whatever happens thing here is you can do one of two things. You can either save his bad 50 or save him getting beat, or you can be there for a pass, like in an offensive stance.
Yeah.
So we already determined there's a 0% chance that they're going to be able to beat him to this ball, even if he doesn't go for it immediately. So you have two big options right here looking at you with 0 boost. Grumbly has the decision on where this ball goes, and Zenix's basically out of the play. Alex has to stop this by himself. So what you could have done if you would have flipped mid here is created a 2v1, because Zenix's not going to be able to stop anything you do either. So you would have given Grumbly another option. He could have dribbled it, he could have shot it, he could have passed it to you. He could have done a lot of different things if you just would have went middle here instead of towards the ball. So it's just whenever you see a man back, like, you got to look to create those 2v1s. Nice. Interesting. Okay, I think this right here actually just might be one of your like one habit that you have that is like the most detrimental, I believe, as far as rotations go.
Okay.
Okay, you look for this play in, right? You see that your teammate's going for it. Where's your other teammate?
I would have to assume, like, at the mid-right boost.
Yeah, or honestly, at this point, it doesn't matter, because if this teammate hits this ball, your teammate will for sure have a better hit than you, right?
Yeah.
So this right here is what you do a lot. You just hang out.
Okay.
Now you're not letting your other teammate play the game, because he doesn't know if you're going to go for this ball or not. He doesn't know what you're doing at all, and if he moves out of the backfield, then they can just boom it over, and both of you guys are rotating on the same, like, underneath of the ball. So neither one of you is going to be in position to cover this.
Okay, so I should have just failed out of there. Oh no.
I mean, honestly, it works out because they're bad. But yeah, like, Grumbly didn't get to play the game. He decided he wanted to anyway and made a bad decision. So I think you have the right head for making plays. Like, I don't think this turn to look is bad. I just think once the decision's been made, you have one route out of this, and that's to turn middle to middle field right now.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, the trip over the goalpost, the classic.
That was Tony Hawk.
Oh? How you score this? You sure tried, brother.
Great recovery right there.
Where are you going?
I was just trying to recover and I forgot to hold power slide.
Well, that's fine, but okay, your first thought immediately is, I need boost. Let's see if the corner's there, right? I mean, that's fine. That's honestly not a bad thought. So you need boost. You want to see if the corner boost is there. You decide it's taken. Okay, your next thought is maybe that side boost will be there. That's kind of a bad thought, but we'll go over that in a minute. But once you determine there's 3 people in front of you driving in that direction, you still commit a flip that way. Like, what's the best case scenario here? CPAS doesn't take both boosts and Grumblyak takes him down by himself, I guess?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, actually, here's exactly what I was getting ready to say. This is what was going to happen is... You guys are both rotating under the ball, and you understand why that's a bad idea, right? We don't need to go into that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need to go into that.
Okay. So So you're both rotating under the ball, which is already bad. Brumbliak, by himself in defense, has basically his only job is to not do anything with this ball. He needs to throw it away because there's no chance that either one of you can get back. And then as soon as I saw that it was Grumbliak, I knew he was going to do something stupid. And he just taps it. He probably tried to control it like an idiot because that would have been even worse. Why would controlling it be bad there?
Because best case scenario, he's taking a 50 with nobody behind him.
Yeah, and 2 people getting ready to attack. So he probably tried to control it, but either way, he gets a bad hit. And now he's in a situation where, oh God, they're bad. He's in a situation where they easily, this one person should have just tapped this ball over his head. I don't know where the fuck Zennik's going. Why isn't he midfield for the pass? What is happening in this game? Did he, okay, I have to know if he just ran through 6 people to get a boost. Hold on a second. This man just... Oh, I guess he was looking for a bump.
He didn't
Okay.
even get the boost.
He was looking for a bump. It wasn't for the boost. But,
I guess that makes sense.
I mean, even from his perspective here, he sees there's nobody back. He sees his teammates got this hit on the ball for sure. There's no reason for him not to be there for a pass. Like, even the best shot in the world, you wouldn't have had, like, I don't know, you wouldn't have had to bump that guy for any reason, ever. That's just dumb. All right, whatever. We're not coaching him. Bunch of idiots in this game. So what you did here is good. You like do a bunch of dumb stuff, and then you're like, wait a minute, back post is a place I need to be. So you went wide, you glanced to see if the boost was there, then you realized you didn't get a chance to get it, so you turned and got pads and did back boost. You're already 1,000 times better than last time I coached you. But that is a decision that you should have made as soon as you saw that CPAS had that back corner boost, and you would have been here ready to create an offensive play. So you made the right decision, you just made it way too late. That's why like games at lower levels are a lot slower. This isn't rotation, but I don't like what you did here because basically they're set up, right? Like they're not off balance. They have a decent setup. They probably have boost. Oh, did you go wide to get that boost? Let me see.
I don't think
Oh, you didn't need it. You had 100 boost. Yeah, you did. Oh, it must have just spawned then. Okay. So, you're looking at this ball, and you're going wide on it, and you are above the ball now. What is the best thing you can do with it?
hit it at the net or to the close post. I don't really have any options for.
Are they in position to cover that?
Yeah.
Okay, what aren't they in position to cover?
Honestly, banging it off the back wall.
And one more thing.
And apart from that, I mean, honestly, yeah, I mean, off the back wall or out of the corner.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I was thinking is ceiling. If you can bang this ball, well, first off, in threes, if they're not covering the backboard, you should always hit it there. But if the ball's in the corner, you have another option, and that's the ceiling. Like, you can just hit this ball straight up into the ceiling and give your teammates a good chance to get to it, and they're not really covering it. But what you did here is you went super wide when you should have been turning straight towards the ball here so that you can get under it and hit it upwards. And even if you don't hit it off the backboard or whatever, like you should never be, whenever you're getting ready to pass the ball, or nah, you should be passing here. But whenever you're getting ready to pass the ball or put the ball in a position where your teammates can do something with it, you should never be horizontal or above it. You should be below it so you can get power on it and get an angle on it, get it high. If you hit it low, they're going to cover it every time. That, or you could have just like even hit it up on the ceiling and went for like a ceiling shot control or done something along those lines if you wanted. Like you would have had so many options. Oh wait, I saw. Wait, what happened? Holy moly! Just spawn like that. There's a free ball, I guess. Really good hit off the side wall. Actually, okay, this is actually perfect too. I'll explain why. At this point, you're the first man, right?
Yeah.
What's your job?
Make them make a decision.
Yeah. So you forced him to make this hit. Now, your teammate should have been there to cover it, but they weren't positioned aggressively enough. But you did your job. So now the rotation resets. C-Pass becomes first. Grumbly becomes second, even though he's sitting in the goal. But I guess he's kind of waiting on you to get back. But whenever you should be heading towards goal so they can be 1 and 2. Basically, the first man's job is like, people don't understand it. This is why people get scored on a lot, because it's your job to force a decision. But then as soon as you force that decision, you become last man. And nobody understands that. They think that they should still be there in like position to make a play instead of letting the people who have angles and can safely make the play. That was good. Okay, Grumbly, let's go. All right, that was perfect. That was the opposite of what you did earlier.
Let's go.
Oh, flip reset?
Totally intentional.
Oh no. I don't hate this, but why is this okay?
I'm heading towards my teammate.
Okay.
Yeah.
You saw him going for the demo, and you knew that he didn't have control. I thought Grumbly was going to hit it. I would have had to hit him. Okay, this is another just absolute rule I want you to ingrain in your head right now. It's not you that's the problem, it's Grumbly. As soon as the ball is hit, let's go from Grumbly's perspective. Let's see. All right, so as soon as the ball's hit into the corner, you do not touch this ball at any cost for any reason. Too many people try to cover this ball because they're in front of the other person instead of letting their teammate have it, and it just confuses them. And there's no chance that it's a better hit than what your teammate has coming from the goal, right? So yep, he hits you. There's nothing good that ever comes out of this. Best case scenario, he either somehow whiffs or like is off of you, and you lose a 50 maybe, and it goes in the goal, and he's not there to cover it. And then what happens more often than not is he'll dunk you or hit you, or either both of you will not know what the other one's doing, so nobody does anything. So it's just super duper low percentage. But what he should have done,
just cut out mid.
Yeah, as soon as he saw that ball go there, now he's last man. Because I mean, think about it, right? He's first man. What his job as first man is to make something happen. Okay, something happens. Now he's last man.
Yeah, it's a good thing the other team can't hit open nets.
All right, that's good of you. I see, like, you got a bunch of idiots in this game, but I'm glad to see that you're not even close to the top of the list. Making smart decisions. Oh. Okay. I think that was a little risky because you didn't look to see where the other guy was, but it was a good play.
Oh, I didn't. Oh no! Please, no.
All right, you're first man. You made something happen. Now what's your job?
Reverse and go for the ball again.
Ideally, though, as the first person in this corner on offense, remember, I don't know if I've told you specifically, but whenever you're the person in the corner, you make something happen. Once that thing has happened, your job is to look for a demo and rotate wide.
Yeah. A good old man.
But hey, I mean, that works too. Good time to practice half flips. Oh my god, what a play. Look, all in all, to be honest, I am super happy with the way you played.
Right.
I'm super upset with the way Grumbly played. And it seems like a bunch of idiots, but all in all, you played pretty good. You made a lot of the right decisions, but you just didn't make them quickly.